Hey traders, it's been a while since I made a video. I've been super busy with other things, but today I'm going to be breaking down my $900 profit trade on Pltr. 2793 is my account number, trading these weekly options call contracts. I'm showing you this to verify the profits. This was posted in my Discord server at 6:58 a.m. straight off the watch list and called in chat. So let's talk about why this even made the watch list in the first place. Every morning I put out a watch list with different tickers and levels to watch, right? Also, I put out some comments behind why we're watching each ticker. This helps the team understand why the stock is making the watch list in the first place. So Pltr, mentioned right here, 2580 was the long trigger with a short below 25. One of the first things that you should do when this watch list comes out is to place a trend line at the levels given. So the long trigger was 25.8. The short trigger was right here at 25. So we've got our two lines drawn, our two trend lines drawn based off of the levels given off of the watch list. All right, I'm going to explain the comments to you right now. We're going to talk about why this stock even made the watch list in the first place. I always start my analysis on the daily chart time frame. The reason why is because I can see the bigger picture of the stock, right? I can see, is it in an uptrend? Is it in a downtrend? What I like to do is, if it's in an uptrend, I like to trade it long with the direction of the overall trend. It just increases your chances of being correct on the trade. So here's what I saw. It pushed up and started to form this ascending triangle here, which it ultimately, I guess actually, it's, if I want to readjust these levels, bull pennant pattern, which it ultimately broke down out of. But it started to find a base right here and curl. That support point was right at around the 50 EMA, which is this green dotted line. So a stock on the daily chart time frame that's trading over the 200 EMA is considered to be in an uptrend. If it's trading over the 50 and the 200 EMA, it's really considered to be in an uptrend. So despite this selling off recently, the stock is still overall in an uptrend. And here's what we saw. A break of this trend line right here would have given us a directional change. And so one of the first things that you see, one of the first signs that you see when it comes to a trend reversal, right, from this downtrend to the uptrend, one of the first signs is a state of consolidation. So it found support at 23 and was bouncing between 23 and 25 for quite some time. Now this morning we were looking for a break of 25 prior to these trigger levels being set. If I move to the 5-minute chart time frame, I'm going to delete these lines. We see that it gapped up. And when it gapped up, what did it start to do? It started to build a range with the resistance placed right here at 25.7. I moved that resistance point, I moved the trigger up 10 cents because I don't want to set the trigger too tight. I want to make sure that we have confirmation, so I set it up at 25.8, right? Just 10 cents over where the pre-market resistance was at. You always want to trade with pre-market data on. It's going to help you adjust your levels pre-market. So the level was set at 25 for the short trigger. Why? Because that's where all of this consolidation, this big consolidation range, that's where all of this price action was trading underneath. Additionally, yesterday's closing price was right at 25. So what I figured was, if we opened up green above yesterday's closing price and we failed to hold 25 as a support, that would then make this a red to green move, or a green to red move, and that is a strategy that traders use, day traders use, to identify the trend of the stock. So it should validate 25 as a support if it's going to go green, and that's what it did, right? So the first 5-minute candle went red, pulled back to 25, pushed back up. There's no entry here for us because we don't have a break of either trigger level. We got another sideways movement and another candle where it started to move up. So this was putting it back on radar for us. Then we got a test of 25.8 perfectly. Then we got a break here of 25.8. And on this candle, I mentioned to the team, I said, look for a break of 25.8 as it was nearing the trigger. Look for a break of 25.8, but we got to wait for confirmation, guys. We have to wait for confirmation. You want that confirmation because this is what can happen to you. If you enter on this candle at the top thinking that it's going to break 25.8 and this goes red and rejects, which it did, right? This candle did close below that trigger level. There's a chance that you get stopped out from here to here, and then you watch this move happen without you. So what I do during times where it's looking like it's going to break the break the trigger level is move to the 1 minute chart time frame. I like to see the intricacies of what's happening and what's going on. All right, so here's the break over, the pullback, the next move up, and then we got a break. Okay, so then we start to see like this is a bull flag pattern, right? Then we get a break of that bull flag and a break of the trigger. That's where we were able to take the entry for this move up to the top side. And that is how I was able to make $900 on PLTR straight off of the watch list, right? Okay, 25.92 is where I actually took my profits at. So that, you see where I screenshot this, 25.92. I saw that this was having a little bit of trouble at 26. There are a couple of ways to take profits. And one of the ways that I like to take profits is based on percentages, right? So I like to sell my position at a certain percentage, and usually that's around 20%. But another strategy that you can use to take profits is also called the high of day strategy. So when you get a break of something like this, the high of day is a likely level of resistance, plus the whole number, 26, is also a likely level of resistance. So I had no problem taking my profits there. There was a second entry offered here at the break of this trend line for this move up into the high of day. Just a fantastic trade all the way around. These trigger levels are tradable, or you can use them for multiple trades. So if we look at 25.8, it did pull back here. Maybe you could have got a scalp move off of this, although I don't know that I would have trusted it. But if you're using the downward trend line technique, look, it broke below the trigger and then reclaimed it once more, right? And started to move back over VWAP, move back over the trigger. That was a possible entry there. This maybe could have been scalped here for an entry, and then it ultimately broke down. But this is the primary price action that I wanted to talk about and break down. So guys, I hope that this video has helped you out. If it has, please drop a like. Let me know in the comments section if there's anything that you want me to review specifically. I'd be happy to do that for you. And I will see you all in chat. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I post these videos every so often. Thank you for your time.